It's time for some wedding tea. So now let's go ahead and get started with another story. This one impacted us in a way that I did not know I was going to become a person that needed to stop traffic. So we had a wedding, another luxury wedding at a downtown location in July. Now listen, with this one right here, there was so much going on in the city during this wedding. When I tell you Summertime Shy was lit and live, it was that this weekend, okay? And this couple was marrying on a Saturday very close to the lake. If you've ever been in Chicago, it's popping over there, okay? Meaning it's a lot of people. It's a lot going on. This wedding weekend, this wedding day, there was a concert that was taking place at the stadium area very near to this location, all right? There was also a preliminary football game taking place at the stadium on the opposite side, very close to this location. And I say preliminary because I'm not a football girl. I don't even know what the thing was called, but okay, there was a football game, there's our venue, and there's a concert. Just imagine what the traffic was looking like. It was a hot mess, okay, this weekend. I'm telling you, on this day, it was hard for us to get to the venue. So imagine if you've got a horse and carriage that is supposed to pick up the bride at the start of the very long roadway that is going to take you to this venue. This moment was supposed to be impactful. It was supposed to be amazing. The photographers and videographers, we had been talking about this for so long. Horse and carriage is going to just literally trot its way down this very, very long street and pull up right in front of the ceremony and reception location. It's going to be epic, right? Traffic, y'all. Traffic was such a mess that we could not get the horse and carriage to where it needed to be in a timely manner. Finally, we get the horse and carriage there, but we have discovered that the limousine that is carrying the bride, who needs to then get into the horse and carriage, cannot get on to the property. I'm like, what? She's calling me. The limo driver is calling me. They were like, the police will not let us onto property. They say it's over capacity. We can't get here. They do not care if we're having a wedding. I'm like, no. We paid, I don't even know how much money at this point. We have paid so much money to make this moment happen that I was like, oh no, tell them I'm coming. Y'all, I leave out of this venue, all right? And when I tell you this downtown venue has a lot of stairs, I am running down the stairs. And this is when I could run. I am running down the stairs. I am now running. Well, I probably stopped running. I'm jogging at this point down the very long street to the entry point of where the limo is supposed to be. And I can see a horse and carriage, but I don't see a limo with a bride in it. I'm like, police officer, listen, I have a bride who needs to get into this horse and carriage to then go down this long street here to exit to walk down the aisle to meet her person. I need you to make this happen. Please. I understand there is a concert. I understand there's a football game. I understand that probably half of Chicago is right here, right now. But I'm going to need you to do me a solid, bro, and allow this limo, just this one limo, to come here, drop her off. The limo can leave. I just need her to get into this horse and carriage. He, after a while, decided that he was going to let this happen for me. I don't know. Maybe I flirt well, whatever. I was willing to do what I needed to do to get this bride there. Problem is, the limousine is so far back in line at the entrance that it took, y'all listen, it took 45 minutes. Yeah, I said that. 45 minutes for the bride to literally get to the point of the point where the horse and carriage was located so she could exit out. She finally gets here to exit out, and she has this gown she had on, absolutely epic. It was stunning, but it's so big. We have to try to work to get her up into the horse and carriage so that the horse and carriage can now make it down the street. And if you've ever been on a horse before, trust me, they are not galloping real fast with a carriage on the back of them. They taking their cute little time with the little feet, and you can hear, the horseshoes and all that. We can hear that. I'm like, can they go any faster? This ceremony is so far behind at this point. Cater is looking at me like I'm crazy. All the things are happening because it is so late because of all of the activity that was going on in the city. But to make a long story short, we ended up getting the bride to the venue, and she walked down the aisle and had a beautiful ceremony. Tardy, but she made it. Yeah, that one stressed me out. And when I tell you, by the time I got back to that venue, because listen, the bride is trotting down the aisle, not the aisle, but trotting down the street to the venue. I got to run back to beat them there. That wasn't that challenging because, like I said, the horse was moving really slow. But yeah, we made this one happen for another beautiful couple. And whew, I'm telling you, I can't make this stuff up. These stories really, really did happen. So let me tell you a story now that involves doves. You know, the ones that fly. Doves, not the soap, but the birds. This story is funny to me because when I look back on the photos and the videos, you can see. Let me just get started. The bride, who had literally been dreaming of this moment forever, decided that she wanted to have a dove release once her and her husband were pronounced married. They wanted to have a dove release, and once they kissed and all that, the doves were just going to fly in the air. Okay, it was going to be a beautiful moment. I've done this before, but I have never done it with a groom who has a fear of birds. Y'all, this groom did not tell his bride that he had a fear of birds. And listen, when you are doing a dove release, there's a person, the owner of the doves, okay? He will, once he's cued, he will come over with a basket with two very healthy, fat doves and place them in the hands of the couple. One dove will go in the groom's hand, one dove will go in the bride's hand, and there's like a whistle or a signal that will, the bride and groom just have to do like a little lift or something, and the doves will fly away. The videographer and photographer captures this moment. People sitting in the audience are wowed. Everybody is happy. Problem is with this time is that the groom is scared of birds. So he's scared of birds that are flying. I don't know what happened in his life, what trauma happened, but he does not like birds, okay? This now means that this man who is fearful of birds has to allow a dove to sit in his hand to be released. I'm like, woo-wee, how is this going to go? I asked the groom, I says, hey, do you want to talk to her about this and say, maybe y'all come up with something else? Maybe we could do a butterfly release as opposed to actually doves. The bride, she was, willing to do whatever he needed done so that this day doesn't turn into a hot mess during the ceremony. But the groom, loving her the way he did, said, hey, Desiree, I'm going to go ahead with the dove release, but tell them we need to do this as quickly as possible. Got it. I had to inform the minister about the dove release, okay? Y'all, I'm laughing because when I called this man and said that this couple was now adding a dove release to the conclusion of their ceremony, he too freaks out. The minister, y'all, the minister is scared of birds. I can't make this up. I said, well, sir, they've already paid this man this money to bring these doves down here to do this release. The groom is scared of birds too, but he's deciding that he's going to go ahead and do this for his wife to be. And the minister is like, well, do I have to touch them? I was like, well, no, because they're going to be in the hands of the bride and groom. So no, you don't have to touch them. You don't have to do anything. He was like, are they going to be near me? I said, well, yeah, because the couple is going to be near you. The doves are going to be in their hands. He was like, I can't do it. I said, sir, listen, I need you to go forward with the ceremony. Because at this point, we probably 2 to 3 weeks out before the actual ceremony is to happen. I said, how about this? How about when it's time for the dove release, you hold the mic and you just step back. You kind of step out of the frame of the photo so that you can get through this moment. I also informed the minister that this moment is probably a minute or less. It's not going to take that long. So you step out of the frame, you pronounce them husband and wife, they kiss. The man will come over with the doves. He'll do the thing. The doves will fly away and you will be fine. The groom will probably be at, calm and all will be well. They'll exit the ceremony. Yay. Everybody is clapping. He was like, all right, Desiree, just make sure these birds don't touch me. Now, how am I supposed to guarantee that? Anyways, I was like, okay, I got you, right? Yeah. Ceremony happens, okay? We are on wedding day. Ceremony happens. All is well with the world. We're outside. Weather is great. We get to the point, because I had to be there. I had to see what was actually going to happen. Because in all truthfulness, when a ceremony is going on, I am most likely somewhere else making sure that cocktails and reception setup is almost complete, okay? I stayed around for this ceremony, specifically because I wanted to see what was going to happen. Y'all, it was the most comical thing that I might have ever experienced during a wedding ceremony. When the gentleman with the doves comes, he comes over, he puts the doves in the couple's hand. The groom, you could see him visually shaking, like he is standing like the stiffest board, but his hand, y'all see my hand? His hand is moving. He is stoic. He is not moving. He's probably in his head praying. The minister, soon as they put the doves in the couple's hand, the minister jumps back. I told this man to step. This man jumps back with the mic on the stand. The mic stand up does a jiggle. I'm thinking this thing is about to fall. Anyways, he was able to say what he needed to say. The doves are released. It was hilarious. If y'all could see these photos and the videos at this moment of conclusion for this ceremony, y'all will understand what I'm saying when I tell you it was so funny. The reaction of these two men when these doves were brought out. It was, they were petrified, y'all. They were petrified. But the bride, yeah, she's still smiling, I'm sure. And when she looks back on that moment, she probably loves him even more, because that groom he took his fear and he held it in for his beautiful bride. So kudos to them. Yeah, this one was too funny to me, okay? Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for some more wedding tea.